So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a Dire Maul tribute run. You always want to start off with a fresh instance just because otherwise it will mess up the patrols and it will take longer. First thing you want to do is activate Aspect of the Cheetah, and then you want to run towards this little corner here. This brute's going to aggro, you just scattershot him, and then make this jump. Normally you won't have to feign death there. I messed up, so I had to burn feign death. You want to use these pillars to line of sight the casters, so that way you can drop combat. So once you run all the way around this ledge, just you wait for combat to drop. Now there's a pack here to my right, the one I'm about to pull. I use my pet here, but that's only because there are two melee brutes. If there is only one brute, you can just run up when they aggro, scattershot him, run around the corner to my left here, and feign death. However, what I did was send my pet to the other pack of mobs directly to my left, and then I just ran past them. The goal is to make it to this chest and open it. I could have had it, but my inventory was full. So, yeah, you basically just want to get to this chest, get this key, and then continue forward. So here I'm waiting for my feign death, mostly because I don't know where the guard is, and I don't want to get caught on the ledge by the guard. So you can do this if you just line of sight the mobs with the pillars. Yeah, you'll be alright. So you want to run, kind of get close to this corner here, go down, and then like you just saw me do, because otherwise you will aggro that brute up there and the one at the bottom. You ideally want to just aggro that pack, so that way you can feign death or just wait it out. I saw the guard coming, so I feigned death. You drop down, run to the door, unlock the door, res your pet if it's dead, or call your pet, and then continue forward. So from here, I highly recommend turning on Track Demons, because this eye right here. This eye is the major thing that you need to pay attention to. If you do not pay attention to these eyes, you will ruin your entire run. The eyes need to die before they finish their cast, otherwise they will summon two elite Voidwalkers that are basically impossible to solo. They do too much damage, they see through your feign death, they see through your stealth, you can't avoid them. So make sure you kill those eyes. I cannot stress this enough. So then here is where some of the hunter mechanics begin. So you want to put your pet on stay a good distance away from the mobs, put a frost trap down, send him in. When he gets threat, you put him back on passive, or you hit the passive button, and then he'll run back to where you hit stay. So you can run past him. Ideally you want to get as far away from him as possible, so that way he will despawn, as you just saw, and then you can feign death to drop combat. And then you can recall your pet after you see exiting combat. This spot's a little weird, and it'll tell you you're entering combat. Just check to make sure that you're not actually about to get destroyed by these ogres, but chances are you'll be fine. This spot just likes to bug out. And then you're going to do the same thing here, but instead of putting your pet on stay, you're going to send him down to that pack, and then send him up to the other pack, and then run down to the next spot. Once again, same thing as before, wait till you drop combat, make sure those ads reset fully, then you can stand up, call your pet, heal him up, wait for your feign death, and then you're going to send your pet in on these bugs, and then send them to that pack behind you. Now this pulls a little trickier, because you're running up to a guard, and the guard, he has a charge. So if you get into range with him, he will charge you. So if you do aggro the boss, do not feign death until he has charged you. Otherwise, you will feign, he will charge you, and then he'll kill you, and your run will be ruined. So just play it safe. If you see him walking around, just like kind of move a little slower. Like you have a lot of time, but just wait for him to patrol. And like I said, if he gets aggro, just wait for him to charge. So this is the second and final eye that you need to kill. Just make sure you're watching out for it. If you're not a night elf, where I am standing currently is where you want to line of sight the boss when he comes back, because you can't do what I'm doing here now unless you're a night elf, because shadow meld is invaluable in this run. If you're not a night elf, you can just stand behind those bones and right here where I'm waving my mouse, and you just basically have to like be really careful about where the boss is and how he's moving around. Or you can don't jump up there, because it used to work, but I've had it recently bug out where the boss will just pull you off there for some reason. So yeah, just play it safe if you're not a night elf. It might take a couple tries, but yeah, you can do it easily. I've seen other people do it. So here you want to turn off Cheetah, you want to concussive the far one, take a hit from the close one, then hit him with Scatter, reapply Cheetah, run to about here, pop Feign Death, wait for it to reset, drink your invisibility potion, and then run, because you're on a time limit now. Just follow the path I take, and you should be okay. Now, sometimes you can pull aggro off these guys. Basically, if you do that, you just want to run up here, up the ramp, to the left, and then hug that wall. You'll have to take a few hits, but you're basically just waiting for your Feign Death cooldown. From here, you want to put your pet on stay, down on that bottom platform, put a frost trap down, target the Reaver, send your pet in. When he gets threat, put him on passive so he runs back, and then that's your cue to run past him. Hug the wall, because you'll accidentally pull the pack to the right if you don't. Once you get to the door, use your Sephorium charge to blow the door. And then basically the hard part of this run's over. You've only got a few more pulls before the boss. So once again, you're just going to heal your pet up, put him on stay, drop a frost trap, send him in, put him on passive, run past him. I'm going to aggro the guard because I didn't walk my pet back far enough, but this guard, unlike the last one, does not charge you, so you can basically walk into melee range as long as he doesn't hit you, and as long as you get away from him into the corner to the left or to the right that I'm about to show, then you'll be fine. But you don't have to worry about getting charged. This guy doesn't do it. So once you feign death here, you're just gonna do the same thing again. Call your pet, heal him up, and then go from there. The only major difference about this pull is you're going to be pulling the guard and the pack of ogres all the way behind him, as you're going to see here. So he's going to hit the guard once, and then you're going to send him on the other ogres, and then he's going to run over to them, and then you're going to put him back on passive. He's going to run back to that corner. You're going to make your way past them, around this fire. Don't aggro the dogs. There is a roaming pack of dogs that sometimes you'll need to be careful of. If you're slower than I am currently, they will catch you like as you come around that corner. So all you would have to do is just take a few hits, get around the corner, feign death, and wait for them to patrol away. So I would definitely recommend turning on tracking beasts here, so that way you can see where the dogs are. As you see here, I didn't have enough time to properly set up, but I can still kill them. You just have to make sure that you hit them with aimed shot, followed by multi-shot, and then serpent sting each one of them, and then just kite them along this platform here. Pretty simple. So once you've taken care of the dogs, you want to feign death so that way you're make sure you're out of sight of these ogre spirits up top because they will keep you in combat. But you just want to feign death, drink to full, eat to full, whatever you have to do, heal your pet, basically get ready for the fight. And then I'm going to show you where you want to put your pet, and then I'm going to show you how to do ping pong kiting. So what I'm doing here is I'm checking to make sure that my pet will actually run back behind the line of sight when I send him in, because you don't want him to stand out in the open because Cho Rush will kill him if you do not keep him behind the pillar. If your pet dies, this fight's over, so you definitely need to make sure he's behind that. Also make sure dash is off so he doesn't use it because he's going to need it to get back to that spot. So, unbeknownst to me, I get a very unlucky pull. So what happens is when I pull these mobs, you're going to send your pet back on passive so he runs back to where you had him stay, and then you're going to hit dash so that way he sprints back. Now, when I say I got unlucky, I mean, for whatever reason, my king and my Cho Rush are linked. So if I shoot one of them, they both come for me, which doesn't happen all the time. It's actually kind of rare. But if you do get that link, you just have to do what I'm doing here. If you don't get the link, this fight's way easier, and all you have to do is shoot the king when he gets to that pillar, and then shoot Cho Rush when he gets to the pillar as well. Make sure you line of sight Cho Rush's spells using these pillars, because that will make him run to you. So when the king or Cho Rush get close to you, you want to feign death behind the pillar, and then they will run back to your pet normally. But as I said before, I got a linked fight for whatever reason. I'm glad that I looked and I saw the king coming for me here, but you just want to drop down, turn on Cheetah, and then kind of just run him around this pillar here, because you honestly have enough room to kite him and Cho Rush easily for 30 seconds. So even if you do get a link like I have here, you can play it well. Ideally, you want to try and get the king out in front of Cho Rush, like he is here, so that way you can do damage to him before Cho Rush. Basically, you want to get Cho Rush behind the king, so that way you have damage to shoot the king, and then Cho Rush will run back to you before he's within range to cast on you. Like, as you saw there, he's in range to cast on me, and now he's running back. So, essentially, you just want to do that if you get the link. If you don't have the link, this fight is basically just shoot the king when he gets to that pillar, hit him with everything, aim shot, multi-shot, serpent sting, hunter mark, etc. Make sure you're using viper sting on Cho Rush all the time, by the way, because when he has no mana, he's way easier to deal with. And when they get close, I would say to like about where the king is now, I would feign death, but like I said, I got the link, so I have to play it a little differently.
too far away. I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. It is too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It is too far away. I'm out of range. It is too far away. Ah! I'm out of range. Ah! I need to get closer.
So once the king's dead, all the mobs in the dungeon are going to become friendly to you. So all you're going to have to do then is run back to guard Cromcrush, which is the most recent guard that you skipped. Talk to him, and he's going to give you another piece of loot in your tribute chest. Always do this. Do never skip this because you're just giving up free money at this point. So once you've talked to the guard, you can go loot the king, open the chest, do whatever else you want because you'll get the king buff, and then you will have successfully cleared your first Dire Maul tribute run. Congratulations. The only thing that I would say that you really need to do is just practice, practice, practice. Practice the first part with the giant like Colosseum sort of thing. You definitely want to practice that. That's the hardest part of this entire dungeon. The king fight is a piece of cake, but getting to the king is the hardest part. If you can successfully get to the king consistently, you will easily, easily clear this more than you fail it. It's just all about practice. And then once you talk to Mizzy the Crafty here, you select his option, he will make you the king, and then you can talk to him again and he will spawn a chest. And then you will have all sorts of goodies inside that chest. Just remember to be patient, do not rush, and loot will come your way. Thanks for watching.